Stop chasing love and start preparing for it. The person you will marry is already praying about you, thinking about you, and asking God to shape you for what is coming. In the next few minutes, you are going to hear a message from your future spouse that will change how you see your past, your present, and even your waiting season. Subscribe right now if you believe God is aligning something behind the scenes. Like this video and comment, "I am ready," because what I will reveal later might expose the real reason your last relationship had to end. Stay until the end, because your future spouse has one request that most people ignore, and that mistake delays destiny. Listen carefully. Your future spouse does not want the version of you that is desperate. They are waiting for the healed version of you. They are not praying for someone perfect. They are praying for someone mature. Is simple. Stop entertaining what you know is temporary. They feel it in their spirit when you settle for less than you're worth. They feel it when you keep responding to messages that drain your peace. They feel it when you lower your standards just because you feel lonely. You think your private decisions do not matter, but they shape the person you are becoming. And that person will either strengthen your marriage or weaken it. Your future spouse is asking God for someone disciplined, someone who can communicate without shouting, someone who can apologize without ego, someone who can stay loyal even when bored. Because marriage is not built on butterflies, it is built on character. Right now, while you are watching this, they might also be in a season of preparation. They might be healing from heartbreak. They might be building their finances. They might be learning how to love without controlling. And they are asking God not to bring you into their life until both of you are ready. That is why some doors are closed. That is why some people disappeared. That is why you felt rejected. It was not punishment, it was protection. The Bible says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." Proverbs 18:22. Notice it says find, not forces, not manipulated, not chases. Finds. That means alignment. That means divine timing. That means preparation. Your future spouse wants you to stop thinking you are behind in life. They need you to be confident. They need you whole. They need you focused. Because where you are going requires strength. There will be days when money is tight. There will be moments when stress tries to divide you. There will be seasons when attraction feels different. Still addicted to attention from strangers. It will destroy what God built. This is the part most people skip. Your future spouse is not just asking for your love. They are asking for your discipline. They are asking for your boundaries. They are asking for your patience. Right now, your habits are training you for your marriage. If you cannot control your temper now, you will not control it later. If you cannot save money now, you will not manage a household later. If you cannot forgive now, you will not sustain unity later. Your future spouse wants you to see something clearly. The waiting season is not empty. It is training. You think you are single because nothing is happening. But heaven is rearranging things you cannot see. Somebody had to move. Somebody had to grow. Somebody had to let go. And that somebody might be you. Your future spouse has a message about your mindset. Stop saying, "All men are the same." Stop saying, "All women are the same." Those words poison your expectations. And expectations shape behavior. If you expect betrayal, you will act defensive. If you expect disappointment, you will sabotage the connection. Your future spouse needs you to believe in healthy love again. Not fantasy love, not social media love, real love. Love that wakes up early. Love that sacrifices pride. Love that chooses one person and stays. You have been focusing too much on when it will happen. Instead, focus on who you are becoming. Because when you meet, you will recognize each other by peace, not by drama, not by confusion, not by anxiety. Peace will confirm it. Here is something deeper. Your future spouse does not want to compete with your past. They do not want to prove they are better than your ex. Want a clean emotional space. If you still replay old conversations in your head, you are not ready. If you still stalk their profile secretly, you are not free. If you still imagine proving them wrong through success, you are still tied. Your future spouse is saying, let it go. Not because your pain was small, but because your future is bigger. There is also something about your self-respect. They need you to stop accepting half-effort. Stop responding instantly to people who take hours to reply. Stop rearranging your schedule for someone who never prioritizes you. Every time you accept less, you train your heart to settle. And settling is dangerous. Because when real love comes, you might not recognize it. You might think consistency is boring. You might think stability is unattractive. You might mistake peace for lack of passion. Your future spouse wants you to mature emotionally. That means no silent treatments. That means honest communication. That means accountability. When you are wrong, say it. When you are hurt, express it calmly. When you need space, explain it respectfully. Marriage amplifies who you already are. It does not magically fix immaturity. If you are insecure now, marriage will not cure it. If you are jealous now, marriage will expose it. If you are selfish now, marriage will magnify it. So, while you are single, work on it. Pray about it. Heal it. Your future spouse is also thinking about intimacy. Not just physical, emotional intimacy, spiritual intimacy. The ability to pray together. The ability to sit in silence without tension. The ability to trust fully. And trust is built by integrity. What you do when no one is watching matters. Now here is the mini cliffhanger I promised. There is one specific trait your future spouse is asking God to develop in you right now. And if you ignore it, you might delay the connection. That trait is self-control. Self-control in your words, self-control in your spending, self-control in your desires, self-control in your reactions. Because love without self-control becomes chaos. You cannot build a covenant on unstable emotions. You cannot build a legacy on impulsive decisions. Your future spouse wants partnership, not babysitting. They want someone who can stand strong, someone who can handle pressure, someone who can protect unity. And here's something powerful. They are not perfect either. They are working on themselves too. They have flaws, they have insecurities, they have weaknesses. But they are choosing growth. Are you? Right now, God might be more interested in your development than your relationship status. Because a healthy marriage requires two healed individuals, not two wounded people trying to escape loneliness. Your future spouse has a final message. Do not rush the process. Rushing leads to compromise. Compromise leads to regret. Regret leads to bitterness. And bitterness destroys love. Trust the timing. Trust the pruning. Trust the silence. Just because you do not see movement does not mean nothing is happening. Seeds grow underground before they break the surface. Preparation is invisible before it becomes visible. When you finally meet, you will understand why it had to take this long. You will see how every lesson shaped you. You will see how every heartbreak trained your discernment. You will see how every delay protects your destiny. Build your faith. Strengthen your mind. Guard your heart. Develop your discipline. Because the message from your future spouse is clear. Become the person you are praying for. If you want loyalty, be loyal. If you want respect, be respectful. If you want peace, cultivate peace. And if this message spoke directly to you, comment prepared, not pressured. Because you are not waiting for love. You are preparing for a covenant. And when it arrives, you will not have to force it. You will recognize it. By peace, by clarity, by confirmation. And everything will finally make sense. There is something else your future spouse needs you to understand. They are not coming to complete you. They are coming to join you. Completion is God's role. Partnership is theirs. If you expect a human to fill a spiritual emptiness, you will crush them with pressure. Your future spouse is praying that you fall deeper in love with God before you fall in love with them. Because when God is first, marriage becomes safer. When ego is first, marriage becomes a battlefield. Right now, you may be asking, when will I meet them? But heaven is asking, are you ready to sustain them? There is a difference. Attraction introduces, character sustains. Chemistry is exciting, discipline protects. Your future spouse wants you to stop romanticizing potential. Potential does not build homes. Consistency does. They are asking you to develop emotional intelligence, to pause before reacting, to listen before defending. to understand before judging. Because one careless word can wound deeper than silence, and one humble apology can restore what pride almost destroyed. The Bible says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. Guarding your heart does not mean building walls. It means building wisdom. It means not giving access to everyone. It means not sharing your body with someone who has not earned your trust. It means not attaching your future to someone who refuses to grow. Your future spouse wants you to be selective, not suspicious. Confident, not arrogant. Soft, but not naive. Strong, but not cold. And here is something that may challenge you. They need you to be financially responsible. Love is spiritual. Marriage is practical. Bills will come. Decisions will need agreement. Emergencies will test unity. If you panic under pressure now, work on that. If you avoid hard conversations about money now, practice courage. Because your future spouse wants partnership, not dependency. They want teamwork, not imbalance, confusion. And here is a powerful truth. The person you are becoming right now determines the quality of the person you will attract. Broken attracts broken. Healed attracts healed. Desperate attracts control. Confidence attracts security. If this resonates with you, type "I choose growth" in the comments. Declare it publicly, because growth is intentional. It does not happen by accident. Your future spouse also has a message about your social circle. Pay attention to who influences you. If your friends normalize cheating, you will tolerate it. If your environment mocks marriage, you will fear commitment. If your circle celebrates healing, you will pursue it. Who you listen to shapes who you become, and who you become shapes who you marry. There is also something about patience. Impatience has destroyed many destinies. People rush into marriages to escape loneliness. They ignore red flags because they fear starting over. They silence intuition because they want a wedding, not a covenant. Your future spouse does not want you rushed. They want you discerning. They want you attentive. They want you spiritually alert. Because sometimes attraction is a test. Sometimes attention is a distraction. And sometimes delay is divine direction. You may feel behind compared to others, but comparison is a thief. Everyone's timeline is different. Some marry early and learn lessons inside marriage. Some learn lessons before marriage. Neither is superior, but preparation reduces unnecessary pain. Your future spouse wants you secure in your identity. If compliments control your mood, work on that. Criticism destroys your confidence. Heal that. Because marriage will expose insecurities you did not know existed. And if both of you are insecure, conflict will escalate quickly. Security creates stability. Stability creates safety. Safety creates intimacy. And intimacy builds unbreakable connections. There is one more thing they want you to hear clearly. Do not idolize them. Pray for them. Do not fantasize about them endlessly. Prepare for them intentionally. If you spend more time imagining romance than building discipline, you are misaligned. Your future spouse is asking God for someone spiritually grounded. Someone who can pray when emotions fluctuate. Someone who can stand firm when temptation appears. Someone who understands the covenant is sacred. Marriage is not just about two people. It is about purpose. It is about legacy, wisdom. It is about building something that outlives feelings. If you truly believe God is preparing both of you, comment divine timing. Let that phrase remind you not to panic, not to settle, not to rush, because what is aligned does not need to be forced. And when the time comes, you will not feel confused. You will not feel anxious. You will not feel uncertain. You will feel peace, clarity, assurance. Until then, become stronger, become wiser, become disciplined, become whole. Because your future spouse's message is not about romance first. It is about readiness. And readiness changes everything. There is a deeper layer your future spouse wants you to see. They are not only praying for your love, they are praying for your leadership. Not dominance, not control, but leadership of character, integrity, leadership of peace. If you are a man, they are praying you learn how to lead without ego. to protect without suffocating, to provide without pride, to speak without harshness. If you are a woman, they are praying you understand your strength, to nurture without losing yourself, to support without shrinking, to respect without silencing your voice. Because marriage is not about power, it is about alignment. Two mature individuals moving in the same direction. Your future spouse needs you mission-focused, not distracted by every opportunity, not emotionally available to everyone, not confused about your values. Clarity attracts clarity. Confusion attracts chaos. Ask yourself honestly, if they walked into your life today, would your habits honor them? Would your phone conversations respect them? Safe. This is not about fear. It is about stewardship. Your heart is a gift. Their heart is a gift. And gifts must be handled with care. Your future spouse also wants you to heal your relationship with yourself. Because if you secretly dislike who you are, you will struggle to believe someone else truly loves you. Self-rejection creates suspicion. Suspicion creates tension. Tension creates distance, and distance destroys intimacy. Before you meet them, learn to enjoy your own company. Learn to celebrate your progress. Learn to forgive your past mistakes. Your past does not disqualify you. It refines you. Every lesson shaped your discernment. Every heartbreak sharpened your wisdom. Every disappointment revealed your standards. But only if you allow growth. Your future spouse has a message about forgiveness. If you still carry bitterness toward your parents, your ex, or yourself, address it now. Unforgiveness leaks into new love. It makes you defensive. It makes you distant. It makes you reactive. And they want partnership, not emotional landmines. The Bible says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. 1 Corinthians 13:4. That is the blueprint. Patient, kind, humble. Ask yourself, are you patient when frustrated? Are you kind when tired? Are you humble when corrected? Marriage will test these qualities daily. Your future spouse is not searching for perfection. They are seeking stability. They are seeking consistency. They are seeking someone who does not quit when emotions fluctuate. Feelings rise, feelings fall. Commitment remains. If this message is challenging you, comment, I choose commitment. Let that phrase remind you that love is a decision, not just a feeling. There is also a warning hidden in this message. Do not entertain secret attachments. Emotional affairs begin with innocent conversations. Comparison begins with small curiosity. Disloyalty begins in the mind before it shows in actions. Actions. Guard your thoughts. Guard your conversations. Guard your standards. Because what you practice now becomes natural later. Your future spouse is asking God to strengthen your discernment, so that when someone attractive but misaligned approaches you, you recognize it quickly. So that when flattery tries to distract you, you remain grounded. So that when loneliness whispers compromise, you choose patience. Patience is not a weakness. It is strength under control. And here is something powerful. While you are waiting, build vision. What kind of home do you want? What kind of culture do you want inside your marriage? Do you want peace? Then practice peace. Do you want honesty? Then practice transparency. Do you want loyalty? Then eliminate options that compete with commitment. If you believe God is aligning your steps, comment aligned and prepared, because alignment requires obedience. Obedience sometimes means saying no when everyone else says yes. It sometimes means walking away when it hurts. It sometimes means staying single longer than you expected. But delay does not mean denial. It means development. Your future spouse is developing emotional depth. They are learning how to listen better. They are learning how to communicate clearly. They are learning how to love without fear. And when two developed individuals meet, the connection feels different. It feels calm. It feels safe. It feels intentional. No games, no confusion, no mixed signals, just clarity. You will not have to decode their intentions. You will not have to beg for consistency. You will not have to compete for attention. Because what is from God brings order, not chaos. Here is the final truth your future spouse wants you to carry in your heart. Do not measure readiness by age. Measure it by maturity. Do not measure love by intensity. Measure it by integrity. Do not measure timing by pressure. Measure it by peace. When peace leads, fear loses power. When discipline leads, temptation weakens. When purpose leads, distractions fade. And when you finally stand face to face, you will realize something. The waiting shaped you more than the wedding ever could. The preparation strengthened you more than the proposal ever will. And the growth protected you from what would have broken you. So keep building, keep healing, keep praying, keep becoming. Because your future spouse is not just a dream. They are a responsibility. And responsibility requires readiness. If you are serious about becoming that person, write in the comments, ready for covenant. Not ready for attention. Not ready for validation. Ready for covenant. Because the covenant changes everything. There is still more your future spouse needs you to understand. They are not only praying for your strengths, praying for how you handle weakness. Because every human has limits. There will be days when one of you feels overwhelmed. There will be seasons when stress tries to silence affection. There will be moments when misunderstandings happen. And in those moments, maturity will matter more than romance. Your future spouse is asking God to teach you emotional regulation, to breathe before reacting, to pray before speaking, to reflect before accusing. One uncontrolled reaction can create damage that takes months to repair. But one controlled response can protect years of unity. Ask yourself honestly, when you are hurt, do you attack or do you communicate? When you are corrected, do you listen or do you defend? When you are disappointed, do you withdraw or do you engage? Marriage reveals your patterns, and patterns are built now. Your future spouse also wants you to develop endurance. Because love is not proven in excitement. It is proven in endurance. When routines feel repetitive, when life feels ordinary, when passion needs intentional effort, the couples who last are not the ones who felt the strongest spark. They are the ones who chose consistency. If you believe consistency is more powerful than chemistry, comment "Consistency builds covenant." Let that phrase sink into your heart. Consistency builds covenant. Your future spouse is also praying that you overcome comparison. Comparison kills gratitude. It makes you blind to your own blessings. If you constantly compare your relationship to others, you will never feel satisfied. Social media shows highlights. Marriage requires real work, real conversations, real compromise, real accountability. The Bible says, "Let all that you do be done in love." 16:14. All. Not only when you feel appreciated, not only when you feel understood. All. That includes conflict. That includes stress. That includes disagreement. Love must guide your tone. Love must guide your decisions. Love must guide your boundaries. Your future spouse also needs you spiritually grounded. Because storms will come. Not maybe, not possibly, they will come. Financial challenges, health scares, external pressures. And if your foundation is weak, fear will take control. But if your foundation is strong, unity will deepen. Pray now like a married person. Think now like a married person. Discipline yourself now like someone entrusted with a family. Because preparation is proof of seriousness. Your future spouse is asking God for someone who honors commitment even when no one is watching. Public stability. If you flirt casually now, you normalize divided attention. If you entertain emotional attachments now, you practice disloyalty. If you avoid responsibility now, you rehearse instability. Be honest with yourself. Are your daily choices aligning with the future you desire? If this is convicting you in a good way, type "I align my habits." Because habits form character. Character sustains covenant. There is also something about purpose. Marriage is not only about companionship, it is about impact. What will you build together? What will you represent together? What legacy will your children inherit from your unity? Your future spouse wants shared vision, not just shared attraction. If you do not know your purpose alone, it will be difficult to align with someone else. So invest in growth, develop your skills, strengthen your mind, faith. Because when two purposeful individuals unite, influence multiplies. There is one final truth they want you to carry deeply. Do not let fear sabotage faith. Some of you fear being hurt again. Some of you fear choosing wrong. Some of you fear vulnerability. But fear builds walls, and walls block connection. Wisdom builds boundaries. Boundaries protect connection. Learn the difference. Fear isolates, wisdom filters, and God does not lead through confusion. He leads through peace. When it is right, you will not feel pressured. You will not feel forced. You will not feel drained. You will feel steady, certain, calm. Until that moment comes, embrace refinement. Refinement feels uncomfortable. It exposes pride. It challenges laziness. It confronts insecurity. But refinement prepares royalty. Being refined for something greater. Comment, refined for covenant. Declare it boldly. Because words shape belief, and belief shapes behavior. Your future spouse is not a fantasy. They are a responsibility entrusted by God. And you are not just waiting for a wedding day. You are preparing for a lifetime. So let this message transform how you think, transform how you choose, transform how you respond. Because the way you live today is writing the story of your tomorrow. And when the day finally arrives, when your eyes meet and peace confirms what prayer prepared, you will realize something powerful. The message was never just about meeting them. It was about becoming ready for them. If you receive that fully, write in the comments, "Becoming ready."